Hi, everyone. Great to see you all. I do have a few updates regarding the COVID-19 vaccine from the county. So first off, I put in the chat the latest county press release, and it's also shared through Curio. But if you haven't read it yet, please take a moment to look through it. It's pretty short, but quick summary. Our San Mateo County Event Center is now offering the COVID-19 booster shot to all adults 18 plus. But the recommendation is that, folks shouldn't get their booster dose until it's 6 months past either their second dose of Pfizer or Moderna, or 2 months past their J&J dose. And our community pop-up clinics are now offering booster doses as well to all adults 18 plus. And then I also wanted to share some information regarding vaccine options for children in our county, 5 through 11. So let me pull up those slides. Okay, and so these slides are from SMC Health, and I can share them on Curio in PDF form after this meeting so that you all have this information with you. But our San Mateo County Event Center is also offering vaccine clinics, special pediatric ones for children 5 through 11. So these ones are for children only. Adults would have to go to the event center on different dates to get their booster dose or to get their vaccine. And appointments are required for the Playland Clinic. And you can kind of see the dates here. We do have some upcoming ones next week on Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then just other options that are available in the county. Our county currently, for the community sponsored vaccine clinics, we're only offering vaccines to 12 plus at those. Our county is they are planning special pediatric clinics in the community, and they're estimating to launch those in early December. So the only county vaccine site that's offering the vaccine for children 5 through 11 is the event center right now. But you can still get your vaccine at through healthcare providers like Kaiser, Stanford, or Sutter. And East Palo Alto and Stanford are also having standing clinics for pediatric residents on Saturdays at 11 a.m. to 6. And I do have a flyer for this one that I can share on Curio shortly after as well. And then here's just some more information regarding pharmacy locations offering vaccinations for kids. And then so these are the flyers that I mentioned. I'll post these on Curio along with these slides right after this meeting so that you all can share it out. But these vaccination clinics are prioritizing residents of East Palo Alto, Redwood City, and Menlo Park for 5 to 11 years old. And registration for these clinics are not available in my turn, so they're walk-up only. I think that's, this week, they're also offering some limited school-based vaccination sites just to model this. And I think the only one available that's left is today, 2 to 7. The slots for this are limited, but I'll send this out as well. And then I think that should be it. Otherwise, the only other update I wanted to share is that SMC Health is also providing in-home COVID vaccinations for residents who are unable to leave their home. And so that also applies for the booster dose. So I'm going to put a link in the chat for more information for that option. And there's a number in that link that you can call to schedule appointments for that. That was it for the OCA updates. Please let me know if you have any questions.
Thank you, Helen. I'm going to let Alyssa and Melissa take it away. They have joined us in the past for a previous CCATs wellness session. Alyssa is the San Mateo County Wellness Program Manager, and Melissa is the Wellness Coordinator for the San Mateo County Wellness Team. And they're joining us today just to lead us through a few exercises to help us de-stress and kind of compose ourselves as we've been focusing so much on others for the last 1.5 years, 2 years almost. So I'll let you take it away. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I just dropped a resource into the chat for everyone. Hopefully, you're able to access it. We'll talk about that in a few minutes here. We also need our health coach, Nicole Jackson, let into the meeting. But I'm going to let Melissa kick us off. We're basically going to do some stress management activities together today. And I'm really excited, hoping you all feel really, really good after you go through these activities with us. I'm going to let Melissa start us off, and she's going to do a body scan.
I'm having trouble hearing you, Melissa. Is everyone else having the same issue? I know you're not on mute, but we can't hear you.
I could hear her, but it's not loud. Could you hear me?
How's this? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. Thank you all for your patience. I'll get a little situated here. All right. So I'm really excited to practice this body scan relaxation exercise with all of you this morning. Sometimes when we're feeling stressed or overwhelmed, we feel a lot of tension in our bodies or our mind is racing. So the body scan is a relaxation technique that can help us kind of ground ourselves in the present and breathe through that tension in our bodies. So why don't we all get comfortable in our seats, allowing yourself to begin letting yourself sink comfortably into the surface below you. Perhaps if it's comfortable for you, you can allow your eyes to gradually close, or you can maintain a soft gaze in front of you. From there, turning your attention to your breath. Breathing in, allowing the breath gradually to go all the way down to your belly. And then breathing out. And again, breathing in and out. Noticing the natural rhythm of your breathing. And now allowing your attention to focus on your feet. Starting with your toes, notice whatever sensations are there. Warmth, coolness, whatever's there. Simply feel it. Imagine that as you breathe in, the breath goes all the way down to your toes, bringing with it new, refreshing air. And now noticing the sensations elsewhere in your feet. Not judging or thinking about what you're feeling, but simply becoming aware of the experience of your feet as you allow yourself to be fully supported by the surface below you. Next, focus on your lower legs and knees. These muscles and joints do a lot of work for us, but often we don't give them the attention they deserve. So now breathe down into the knees, calves, and ankles, noticing whatever sensations appear. See if you can simply stay with the sensations, breathing in new, fresh air. And as you exhale, releasing tension and stress, and allowing the muscles to relax and soften. Now move your attention to the muscles, bones, and joints of the thighs and hips. Breathing down into the upper legs, noticing whatever sensations you experience. It may be warmth, coolness, a heaviness, or lightness. You may become aware of the contact with the surface beneath you, or perhaps the pulsing of your blood. Whatever's there, what matters is that you are taking time to learn to relax deeper and deeper as you breathe in and out. Now moving your attention to your back and your chest. Feeling the breath fill the abdomen and chest. Noticing whatever sensations are there. Not judging or thinking, but simply observing what is right here, right now. Allowing the fresh air to nourish the muscles, bones, and joints as you breathe in. And then exhaling any tension and stress. And now focusing on the neck, shoulders, arms, and hands. Inhaling down through the neck and shoulders, all the way down to the fingertips. Not trying too hard to relax, but simply becoming aware of your experience of these parts of your body in the present moment. Turning to your face and head, notice the sensations beginning at the back of your head, up along your scalp, and down into your forehead. Becoming aware of the sensations in and around your eyes, down into your cheeks and jaw. Continue to allow your muscles to release and soften as you breathe in nourishing, fresh air, and allow tension and stress to leave as you breathe out. Allow this fresh air to spread throughout your body, from the soles of your feet all the way up through the top of your head. And exhale any remaining stress and tension. And now enjoy the stillness as you breathe in and out. Awake, relaxed, and still. And now as we come to a close with our body scan, coming back to the room, bringing with you whatever sensations of relaxation, of comfort, whatever's there, knowing you can repeat this exercise anytime you want to bring yourself into a more relaxed and grounded and present state. And when you're ready, you can slowly blink open your eyes. Thank you all. I hope that was relaxing for you. And I'm going to turn it over to Alyssa, who will guide us in our next exercise. Okay, well, the problem is now I'm very relaxed and we're about to get really energetic and silly. Okay, so we're going to go into laughter yoga. A couple principles. When I first heard about laughter yoga, I thought it was traditional yoga poses and people telling jokes in the middle of the class. And it's not that at all. It's really kind of laughing at nothing and getting the benefits of the deep breathing that comes from laughter. Typically, if you watch a funny movie, you're laughing for just a few seconds at a time. And if you do something like laughter yoga, you're laughing for minutes at a time. So you get so much more benefit, but it's an intentional practice. So we have to kind of let ourselves break out of how we would typically act and think and anything that we might be feeling self-conscious about, and just be childlike and have fun with this. So let's jump straight in. The first thing I want us to do is kind of shake everything out, wake up this nice relaxed body that Melissa gave us. Shaking, 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 shaking. And then we're going to start off with a couple different types of laughs. We're going to start deep in the belly. So I want you to think about laughing deep from your belly, and we're all going to go ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 ho. Now we're going to try to move it up a little bit higher, and we're going to be a little bit more high pitched, and we're going to do a ha, ha, ha. You ready? So we're going to take a big breath. Ha, 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 ha. Ha, 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 ha. Ha, 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 ha. Ha, 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 ha. Perfect. Okay. Now, if you can, everybody go ahead and unmute for me. And we're going to do a ho, ho, ha, ha, ha all together. Let's start off with what the rhythm of it is supposed to be. Without laughing, I want you to spread your fingers nice and wide. Do a little bit of acupressure here. Make sure you have full contact with both hands. And we're just going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1,
1,
2,
2,
1, 2, 3. 1,
1,
2,
2,
1, 2, 3. Okay, everyone got that? Now we're ready to add our laugh. So we're going to do ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Okay, we ready? All right, here we go. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. 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 One more. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Okay, we're already laughing because that's so silly, right? Okay. All right, so stay unmuted. The more laughter we hear, the more energy, the more fun it becomes, because we should all have sort of different laughter going on. So we're going to do something called gradient laughter. When I hold my hands low, we're going to do like kind of a soft, polite laugh, like you're laughing at something that's not really funny. When I bring my hands up to my shoulders, it's going to be a little bit more of a hearty laugh. You're genuinely entertained. And when I raise my hands up, it is the most hysterical thing you've ever heard. Knee slapping, tear jerking laughter. Okay, we ready? So we're going to start nice and low. Now all out. And bringing it in, ho, ho, ha, 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 ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. One more, ho, ho, ha, ha. Good. Okay. So coming out of that exercise with our ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Okay, we're going to practice Thanksgiving dinner laughter. So I want you to think about all your favorite Thanksgiving foods, and every time you take a bite, there's infectious laughter in there. So I'll give you an example. I'm going to pretend I'm eating my mashed potatoes. I'm going to take a big scoop, and as it goes in, and then maybe I'm going to go for my big turkey drumstick. I'm going to take a bite. Okay, ready? So eating your Thanksgiving meal. You act out whatever makes sense for you. Big breath and go. And coming down. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. ho,
Oh,
ho,
oh,
ha, ha, ha. Good job. Okay. Next up, hopefully we're getting all of our happy hormones. We're feeling really silly. We're going to go into laughter meditation. So I'm actually going to set a timer. We're going to try 30 seconds. And you should be laughing the entire time. Remember, we're laughing at nothing. This is voluntary laughter. So get in a comfortable position. Sometimes it helps to kind of look around and see everybody else's laughter faces. And big breath. And go. And we're good. Ho, ho,
oh,
ha, 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 ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. One more. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Good job. Okay. So we're going to try to come out of that state. So go ahead and find a comfortable position in your chair. One more time, kind of shake it out. Woo! Shake all the laughter out. Shake out the arms, shake out the legs, shake out your belly. Okay. So next we're going to do an exhalation laughter. This is our last exercise. So we're going to inhale normally, nice and quiet. And when we exhale, it's going to be on a laugh. Okay. And you pick the volume. It can be a light laugh. It can be a hearty laugh. It can be a ecstatic laugh. Ready? We're just going to do this a few times. Inhale, laugh it out. Couple more. Inhale. Last one. Inhale. Laugh it out. Good job. Okay, we're going to end with a very good yay. So we're going to clap our hands, use that acupressure, and we're going to say very good, yay. Ready? We're going to do it 2 times, nice and loud. Very good, very good, yay. Last one. Very good, yay. Good. Go ahead and take a moment to just relax in your chair. Take a couple deep breaths. Think about how yummy it feels to just laugh all together. One more big breath. And we will hand it over to our health coach, Nicole.
Thank you, Alyssa and Melissa. That was very relaxing and very hilarious. Went from relaxed to extremely happy and giddy. And now hopefully let's take it to positive. So I am going to share my screen with you guys. I'm going to do a quick presentation if you don't mind, if my computer decides to work. So welcome everybody to Cultivating Positivity. All right, so thank you again, you guys. I can't stop cheesing. Actually, my cheeks hurt, which isn't a bad thing. So I want you guys, we're going to do a quick exercise. So if you can go ahead and grab a piece of paper and a pen, just have something to jot down some notes with. We're going to go through a few quick tips on how to cultivate positivity. So I want to start with the definition of cultivating, which is developing, curating, or acquiring a skill. And so that skill today is hopefully going to be positivity. So go ahead, you can feel free to unmute, ask questions, or drop anything in the chat if you'd like. So we're going to go over a few tips and tricks. We're going to go over act it out, become more appreciative, focus on the present, and we're going to talk about seeking those positive influences and making sure we're surrounding ourselves with like-minded people. So let's go. So step one, first step, act like a positive person, right? So there are studies that show that behaving like a positive person can actually shape your attitude and slowly change the way you see the world. So granted, it won't be overnight, but change is possible. And more importantly, persistence pays off. Okay, so second kind of tip to practice and implement into your daily routine is fake it or is force a smile. Right. So I know that sounds crazy, right? Forcing a smile. You're right now, it's super easy thanks to Alyssa, but let's say we're not in the best of moods, right? Or think about back in the day when maybe your parents were like, you're crying and your parents are like, smile. And you're like, I don't want to. And they're like, smile. And you're like, I don't want to. And then you're like, okay. So regardless, there's studies that show that repeatedly forcing a smile can actually lift and enhance your mood. So when you're unmasked, go ahead and try to force that smile. Or if you are masked, like my girl Tyra Banks said it best, smize, right? So smile with your eyes, right? So it's kind of awkward because we are smiling under our mask, but a lot of times it just looks like we're staring at someone. So go ahead and pop that smile up to the eyes as well. Next tip to try to implement is fake it till you make it, right? So simply acting like a confident person can begin to transform your self-esteem, right? So the idea is imitating that confidence, that competence, and that optimistic mindset can eventually cause you to realize that you already possess those qualities in real life. So let's be honest, this is not new. Fake it till you make it, right? We've all done this at some point or another. New job, new role. What do? We don't know what we're doing, but we fake it till we make it, right? Maybe you're a new parent, first-time parent. You have no clue, and that's perfectly fine. You faked it till you made it. So it can be with anything, cooking, anything like that, right? So why not go ahead and fake that positivity until it starts to come out? Next, eliminate negative adjectives. And if you're asking what an adjective is, you're not alone. I had to look it up. So an adjective, it describes a noun. And now if you don't know what a noun is, I can't help you. I'm just kidding. A noun, person, place, or thing, right? So the word that you put in front of that noun to describe what it is, we want to keep those adjectives positive, right? We don't want to start it off negative, okay? So if someone asks, how was your day? You can be like, I missed the train. It was terrible. It's cold out. I was stuck in the rain. Or, you could seek the positive about that day. Okay. So again, using the positive adjectives to describe your day or your noun, right? Your person, place, or thing. Lastly, surrounding yourself with positive images or motivational objects, right? So think about your workspace, whether you're working at home, maybe you're in an office. I work in my closet typically. It's not ideal, right? But if you spruce it up and surround yourself with items that create inspiration, right? And kind of lift your mood, it's ideal. So we're thinking 8-10 hours in our office, right? Why not personalize it? Surround yourself with things that create that inspiration. Even if it's something like slapping a can of paint on a wall, something like that. Also consider something like a vision board, so that, at first, my first time doing vision boards, I was like, I don't know, but, put it somewhere where you can see it in your closet, something like that. You see it every day and, look at those every day. I highly recommend it. And then lastly, that is last. Okay, we're gonna go next slide. I know it's only 10 minutes. Okay, so become more appreciative, right? So try dedicating just a few minutes of your day to cultivating some type of appreciation. And this is where I want you to think about your day so far. I know it's only 10 o'clock. So let's think about 3 or so positive things that happened in your day, okay? So while we're going over this, do me a favor, write it down. I do wanna share. Okay, so recording things that you appreciate about your day can lead to thinking about those positive things that happen, right? Also, think about a gratitude journal and then writing those down and reviewing with your loved one when you go home. So go ahead, think about 3 things that happened with your day today. Mine's definitely the laughter yoga. That's one of them because I was having a really hard time with my computer. So does anybody care to share 3 positive things that happened with you today? And feel free to drop that in the chat as well. No pressure. Quiet group today. Does anybody care to share? Okay.
I have one thing that I can share. I woke up a little bit earlier this morning, and before my usual routine, I had some time to read my book that I'm really invested in. So that was really
good. Wonderful. Yes, and Alyssa woke up this morning. That's great. Support and fun emojis from colleagues. Wonderful. Kitty cuddles, warm cup of coffee, and great music from Colleen. Perfect. Perfect. Woke up early today and looking forward to dinner with a friend tonight. Helen, I feel you. It is going to be a fun Thursday. Well, thank you for sharing. So it wasn't hard to think about some positive things that happened, right? It's really easy to think about the negative things, miss the train, whatever it may be, but focusing on those positive things throughout your day can just kind of lift your mood. So something to think about, even if you have like a notepad on your phone, you can just jot down something that happened. The sunshine was warm on my face today. I had a great run-in with a coworker. It can be anything that creates appreciation. All right, so next slide, focusing on the present is extremely important. So something like right now, are you here with me in the moment? Or are you checking emails? Or maybe you're thinking about what's for dinner. Maybe you're thinking about something that happened a few days ago. So the idea is to be in the moment. If you dwell on the past, studies show that a more negative person will tend to live with kind of one foot in the past and one foot in the future. And so this causes constant dwelling on old regrets, right? Things that you can't change, as well as having that one foot in the future or in the present or in the future creates worry about potential new problems that technically haven't happened yet, right? So the idea is to remain in the present as much as possible. So how can we kind of remain in the present or focus on the present? You can start by setting aside some time to breathe and clear your mind, which Melissa definitely helped out with earlier today. We were in the moment, feeling our bodies without any interpretation, without any judgment. So even if your schedules are jam-packed, and I get it, maybe you can schedule 10 minutes for you, right? So schedule ahead, it's you time. No one can drop a meeting in your inbox or anything like that, right? Second, consider disconnecting. I know, I said it, 2021. Just consider it. I know it might be a little overwhelming, but maybe consider turning your phone on airplane mode for 15, 20 minutes, an hour a day, where you're not connected to that phone, because a lot of times we are also playing secretary to our phones, right? Somebody messages us, we feel like we need to answer. It's a direct line to us all the time, right? So again, something to consider, even if it's just for a moment. Third, notice the small things, right? You were walking today, a butterfly landed on a flower, you're like, oh, that's cute. Or, you stopped to smell the flower. Maybe the sunshine was on your face. You enjoyed the warmth. You had the cuddles with the cat this morning, things like that. So again, enjoy, notice the small things and create some mindfulness. And then lastly, speaking of mindfulness, partake in any type of mindfulness activity. It can be as little as 5 minutes, but obviously the more the merrier. And so just like our meditation session with Melissa, remaining intensely aware of yourself and your being in that moment. All right. And so lastly, this is my second to last slide. And this is probably the most important one, is to seek positive influences, right? So we're trying to cultivate positivity. And so again, the people that we surround ourselves with typically rub off on us, right? So if you think about, maybe you have a person in your life who is, maybe they complain a little bit and they're, constantly negative, right? You know who it is. And maybe you're that person, and it's okay, because that's the first step, is recognizing that, right? So you see the phone ring and you're like, oh, I know what time it is, right? And we all have those people, and it's okay. But sometimes it's okay to say, hey, not today, because you want to make sure that you're giving your energy to like-minded people, right? So any type of interaction, maybe with a friend or that person, you should leave that situation feeling energized and appreciated, right? So if you're interacting with someone and you feel drained and you feel tired after that interaction, and maybe even a little bit negative yourself, then you want to go ahead and think about how much time and energy you're giving that person, right? Because at the end of the day, unfortunately, negative attitudes are infectious, but guess what else is infectious? Positive attitudes as well. So choose the people you surround yourself with wisely. You want to spend that time with those optimistic, energetic, and supportive people, right? So you want to leave that situation feeling revitalized, energized, right? So how can we kind of attract these people or find these people? I always say start with visualization. So it's a lot harder these days to make friends, right? It's not like when we were in school and we're like, hey, you know, we're in kindergarten. What's your favorite color? Purple. What's yours? Purple. Hey, we can be friends. Like, unfortunately, it's not that easy these days. So try to visualize what that person or that group of people that you want to, you know, kind of give your energy to and receive that energy. So visualize the type of people that you want to surround yourself with. And of course, check yourself, right? So typically we attract what we put out there. So if we're all, you know, if we're negative Nancy's, and it's okay, I'm sorry if your name is Nancy, but if we're like negative Nancy's, then, you know, that's typically the type of people that we're going to attract into our circle, right? And then lastly, of course, evaluate your surroundings. Where are you meeting these people at? So think about, you know, things that you enjoy and meeting them in that type of surrounding environment. And then I love this one is give compliments. Compliments go a long way. And I don't care who you are, you can be the Scrooge. Everybody loves compliments, right? And the good thing about compliments too is that as you give them, you feel good, right? So the receiver feels great, you feel great, and it creates this positive feedback loop. And then practice affirmations before socializing, you know, because at the end of the day, it will boost your positivity. And then again, the energy you put out is typically the energy you will receive, right? So at the end of the day, I just say that socializing with the right people should rejuvenate your spirit and give you plenty to appreciate, and make sure that you're leaving that situation feeling good and feeling positive. So your energy is special, your energy is limited. So you always want to make sure that the energy you're giving out is what you want to receive as well. And then share your positivity with others, right? And then give compliments. We talked about that. So thank a coworker, remind a spouse of one of the reasons you fell in love, congratulate someone. I always say nowadays it's hard to connect with people that we don't know or that we don't connect with often. So when we're out on the street, you may look at someone and be like, wow, she's got a nice coat. And, you know, I love her jeans, her boots, her style, it's on, right? But we don't walk up to that person anymore and say, hey, you know, I love your look, you know, you look great, or whatever it may be. We don't give those compliments, but a lot of times we give them in our head. Try to step out of that comfort zone and go up to that person and, you know, give them that compliment that you're thinking. It might change somebody's day. Of course, you don't know what type of day someone is having too, right? So it's the little gestures that make both of us feel great. So at the end of the day, there's a few acts of kindness that, you know, you can do today, right? Take time to send flowers to a friend or family. That doesn't require any, you know, contact. You can order the flowers, have them sent with a little card. Take care to actively listen to someone when your partner or whoever it is tells you about their day. A lot of times we spend that time not really actively listening, but thinking about what we're going to say and how we're going to reply. So be in that moment and truly listen to the person that's talking to you. Acknowledge something or someone helpful. Someone, maybe your coworker has inspired you to do something positive, and let them know, you know, hey, you know, you really motivated me to do X, Y, and Z. Thank a public servant. We're all in public service, which I know you guys were as well. So thank you for your service. Buy some food, give it to a homeless person. You know, it doesn't have to be your leftovers that you were already picking off of. If you have a little bit extra, why not, right? Something fresh. And then of course, give that stranger or that coworker a compliment. All right, so hopefully those are just little things that you can do today. It doesn't take a lot. Again, little steps, baby steps go a long way. So hopefully you guys will go ahead and implement some of those tips and tricks for some positivity. And we'll throw it back to Alyssa.
Thank you, Nicole.
You're welcome.
That was great. So many good tips. So I know some of us get super resistant when you hear like phrases like fake it till you make it, and you know, I want to be my authentic self. But I love how Nicole said you really sort of visualize that your authentic self is more positive and happy and healthy and all of those things, and you will manifest those things. So all of that was great. Thank you so much. So I'm going to leave you all to the rest of your meeting. If you can click on the resource that I left in the chat, let me know if I need to drop it in there one more time for you. It talks about preventing burnout. I just want to clarify that they're kind of two different states. If in the assessment, it looks like you have several symptoms of burnout already, that's sort of more of a, not an emergency, but something that you want to deal with a little bit more dramatically than if you're trying to prevent that state. So if you think you're already experiencing burnout and there's any way you can take time off from work, or you can start seeing a therapist right away, I think those would be your first steps. If you're not in a burnout state quite yet, then there's this buzzword that's been going around called resilience. And we can make our bodies more resilient to stress and help prevent that burnout by having a very robust self-care routine. So eating lots of fruits and vegetables to cut down inflammation and the stress response in the body, getting enough sleep, having a really supportive social circle, more positive relationships than negative ones, and lots of exercise to burn off that cortisol. So think about all the ways that you would normally take really good care of your health. And the more you're able to engage in those behaviors, the more resilient you'll be to everything that's going on in the world right now. And if you've already gotten to that burnout state, then please do try and make an appointment with a therapist and get some time off. If you have any questions about any of the fun things that we did today, or just about managing stress and taking good care of your health and overall well-being, you can always reach out to us. We are happy to talk to anybody outside of the county. We love partnering up with our community. So you can reach out to us. Our email address is wellness@smcgov.org. Oh, let me drop it in the chat one more time. It looks like a few people were asking for the link. So if you click on that resource, it's going to have a stress assessment, a burnout assessment, some tips to manage stress. But as I said, really making yourself more resilient by taking really good care of your physical and mental health with sleep, good nutrition, lots of exercise, and supportive, uplifting people. That's what you really have to do to kind of make it through the storm, whatever the storm is.
Thank you so much, Alyssa, and thank you so much, Wellness team.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Thank you for the time. These activities were really great.
Well, I'm sure we'll see you soon.
Well, I'll turn it over to Petra now. I think we do have some time for some share outs for folks.
So thank you. That was amazing. And that was super fun. And we're definitely going to be bringing that back to our team. So I kind of feel like I don't want to ruin the mood. But does Helen, do we want to go ahead and ask for share outs about the actual work? Or do we want to just go with the Zen?
However folks feel, we can stick around for a few minutes if folks have anything they'd like to share out. But otherwise, we can also just let folks have 15 minutes of their day back, and I'll share out those resources that I shared earlier today on Curio. So please have a wonderful rest of your day. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me or put it in the chat. I'll stick around for the next couple minutes or so.
And have a wonderful holiday, everyone, too. I hope everyone takes time for themselves. And we will, yeah.
Yes, just one other thing. We will probably have a meeting in early December with Dr. Chan. So please stay tuned for details on that because we will want to give out some more guidance for the coming holidays. And then, sorry, I cut you off, Petra.
That's okay. That's what we needed to tell everybody. See you all in December.
I thank you all for, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I just want to thank you all for all the great work and for this presentation trying to balance work and life and health. It has been quite a challenge. So this was really good to remind us that we need to take that pause. It's really important for each and every one of us. Thank you.
Thank you,
And thank you for
Gloria.
this break too, because I have another meeting coming up.
I
Have
know,
a
and
great day and have a beautiful holiday.
You too,
You as
Gloria.
well.
Thank you.
Yes, I second that. Thank you guys for everything. And this was one of the most fun Zoom meetings I've been at. I laughed so hard. I had tears in my eyes, everything. So
Me too. I was tearing up for sure.
yes, yes. So thank you. And I hope you guys all have a good holiday.
You
Thanks.
too.
Thank you, Iris. You too.
Bye-bye.
All
Thanks.
right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
I totally